Hey, what is up? My name is Rubidium. I don't have a camera this week because I have hired it to somebody else. So I'm going to do a video anyway, and we're going to focus on something a little different. Most people interested in film on the internet have found this amazing channel called Every Frame a Painting by Tony Zhao. He recently announced that he wasn't going to do any more videos, which I think is tragic because they're super entertaining and really informative and really well made. And I was watching his kind of back catalog, and I came across this great one he did on BAYHEM, which is Michael Bay's visual style, specifically his shot, which Hitchcockian kind of psychological reveal for the character. We got this one with the rock is probably my favorite, the most gratuitous. So we go all the way around as we Dutch tilt, push in, circle. It's a Transformers one. There's the original one he did in Bad Boys with Martin Lawrence. And then Will Smith pops up in the background. Where was he? Hiding. And then he says his famous line, "This shit just got real." I thought I'd try and recreate one of these in Maya, and I probably rendered a little bit too fast because I'm still working on my iMac. But it was helpful for me to create this. Play it again. It was helpful for me to create this and see what exactly was going on. So as you can see, this is looking through the camera itself as we circle around this guy who I got off TurboSquid for free. And you can see probably the perspective view is a little bit more illustrative. We have a scene with bars on either side, cones in the foreground, bricks in the background, and then these small little bollard things around our character. And then here we have our camera, which starts here and basically sweeps in a circle, getting slightly tighter as it stays focused on the guy. And I know he's disappearing down through the cement, but the intention of that is someone standing up from crouching or sitting down, which is how Bay does it, according to Tony. So there's a few different things going on. Let me go back to the perspective. What I'll do is make my camera bigger so you can actually see what's happening here. So camera starts behind subject. It moves counterclockwise as subject moves clockwise. So it does a 360 and he does a 180. So camera ends up where it started and subject just turns towards where the camera is going to be. But the other things that the camera is doing, it's above subject looking down. And then as it spins around, as subject gets high, it dips down and tilts. If you can see that. So it goes, it tilts. So the end result is a lot of background movement. The camera is also zooming in. So it starts on a 100mm lens and it zooms into a 130mm lens. And it's actually, if you look from the top, it starts off and it gets slowly closer. So it's getting closer as it's zooming in and tilting up and tilting sideways. The combination of this movement and this the zoom on the camera creates this, even with an expressionless actor, gives you something that conveys the world sort of turning upside down. If you wanted a slightly more classy version of this and how this has been done in traditional filmmaking, you have to look at a move called the Zolly, which is a portmanteau of zoom and dolly. So you have the camera dollies forward as it zooms out, or dollies out as it zooms in. And this one from Godfather, they're obviously dollying back as they zoom in. And what it does to do is to compress the space and make Ray Liotta's character feel more claustrophobic because he's realizing that Robert De Niro is going to murder him. as Tony says in the essay, it sort of it kind of overwhelms the senses, the viewer's senses, and keeps them sort of off guard. And it's like candy for your brain. And he kind of has an interesting point where he kind of criticizes Michael Bay, which it's not hard to do. I mean, he makes toy commercials called Transformer movies. He doesn't seem to understand that the more you like scream, "Look at me," and use fancy camera tricks, it can actually detract from the emotional moments that the actors are portraying. So this was helpful for me to kind of break down in 3D animation what was going on and try and recreate it, so that I got a sense of how I would do it, but more importantly, why I wouldn't do it. Why this shot is just chronically overused now, even though it is a really great effect once upon a time. So that's just a couple of things and thoughts about the BAYHEM video and how he uses camera technique to create visual excitement. Hopefully someone out there found it useful, and we'll be back to normal videos next week.